Hi, IASvideos.com is presenting you simplified daily current affairs analysis. The 10% quota for economically weaker sections faces a challenge in the Supreme Court on grounds of violating the basic structure of Constitution. What is the basic structure of Indian Constitution? How will the court decide if economic reservation violates basic structure? What are Clause 6 to Article 15 and 16? What context does basic structure have in reservation? GS Paper 2. Welfare schemes for vulnerable sections of the population by the centre and states and the performance of these schemes. In this video, you can find detailed answers for all the above questions. The above article has been retrieved from indianexpress.com, dated January 16, 2019. What we are providing here is just a 10% sample out of the full-length video. Visit our website iasvideos.com to join the course and to unlock all videos. We offer this pen drive course cash on delivery on Amazon.in too. Amazon will deliver our course to your doorstep. What is the context about? In the 124th Constitutional Amendment recently passed by both the Houses of Parliament, providing for 10% reservation to economically weaker sections, the newly inserted Clause 6 in Article 16 enables the state to make such a provision. Because of this, the government is confident that the Supreme Court is unlikely to find such reservation unconstitutional and that the amendment will be upheld as consistent with the principle of equality and non-discrimination. What is the basic structure of Indian Constitution? The court did not define this and only listed a few principles: federalism, secularism, democracy as being part of basic structure. Since then, the court has been adding new features to the concept of basic structure. In subsequent years, the court extends the doctrine even to ordinary legislation and executive actions. The doctrine of basic structure is not a part of the text of the Constitution, and some experts even call it undemocratic, as unelected judges can strike it down a constitutional amendment. For instance, federalism is not mentioned in the text but has been consistently included within the basic structure. Similarly, secularism was not in the text until 1976, but in 1973 it has been included within basic structure. How will the court decide if economic reservation violates basic structure? To determine this, the Supreme Court has to examine the principles on which affirmative action is based. This would include examination of 4 issues: quantitative limitations such as violation of 50% ceiling for all reservation taken together, exclusion of creamy layer of qualitative exclusion, compelling reasons such as backwardness of the economically weaker sections for whom this reservation has been made, that overall administrative efficiency is not obliterated by the new reservation. What are Clause 6 to the Article 15 and 16? Clause 6 to Article 15. It allows the government to give reservation for the economically weaker sections of society in higher educational institutions, including private ones, whether they are aided or not by the state. Minority educational institutions are exempted. Clause 6 to Article 16. It provides quota for economically deprived sections in the initial appointment in government services. It is amendment to fundamental right coming under Part 3 of the Constitution, and it does not require ratification accordingly. What context does basic structure have in reservation? The 124th Amendment makes a departure by extending reservation to the economically disadvantaged. Article 15(4), inserted by the First Amendment in 1951, enables the state to make special provisions for socially and educationally backward classes. Article 16(4) permits reservation for any backward class if it is not adequately represented in services under the state. Thus, reservation is not a right, but if granted, it will not be considered a violation of the right to equality.